everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka
This episode of Boy is called
MBT, and it is time for another Twitter thread. We're recording 2 of these in one night because I have to leave for the YCS. Today I want to hear about bad beats. After every single round that people lose, they love to come up to me at events and give me a YGO Pro style replay of how they lost their game. But today I'm asking you to give it to me voluntarily. What is the worst loss you've ever taken? And unfortunately mine was caught on camera. Let's just watch this real quick.
Always, buddy.
Hands on the table. This time I don't have a hornet engraved, sadly, so see what we can do.
Look at his fucking face. There's no fucking way! There's no way, dog! I just needed him to blank one
buddy.
draw.
It's worse than you think. Special summon Cyber Dragon?
All right, let's see what you all came up with. Round 1 of YCS London. I was playing Balls to the Wall Naturia Punk. My opponent's playing Labyrinth. I'm going first. I set up a board of Barkion, Baron, Crystal Wing, Shirakusai, and Jam Dragon Drive. Punk Trap set, I think, no way can I lose. Dude starts its turn, drops a Lava Golem on Baron and Barkion, books Crystal Wing, activates evenly, and then Labyrinth combos. Dyer says, I was at a YCS playing versus Marincess on Generator. Pretty easy matchup, game going well. And then because this was Philly, the ban list dropped and the whole venue started shouting and freaking out. I was about to have a panic attack, so I misplayed and lost. Rough. Could not be me, though. Context, I'm a Pendulum player trying to out anti-spell. Pankratops pop it. Yep, that's the Pendulum experience, buddy. Was playing against Ghost Trick with pre-Photon Hypernova Galaxy Eyes. Field spell active. I know I should end this quickly because I could only get out 1 Xyz. Number 62 attacked directly with over 10k, and then Magic Cylinder. Turns out both of these guys are losing to Raigeki. I found this one out the hard way. Played Paleo Tier versus a very new player on 60-card Blue Eyes. Missed lethal, but left him at 75 life points after he flipped up Double Judgment in main phase 2. Dude then proceeds to make the biggest pep I've ever seen and OTKs me. Oh. YCS Philly round 1 playing Math Mech. Game 1 I had the ability to break my opponent's flu board. I proceeded to summon Laplation and attack into the face of 2 M-Pen. Game 2 I won an OTK, but game 3 I got shifted. I won the match if I just summoned Laplation in defense. So often you will see people against Flu, even on camera, slam their card down and then like turn it to defense and their opponent will be like, no, no, no. Oh man, do I have one. Library Locals 2013-14. I'm on Chaos Dragon. My buddy's on Infernity. Clear out his board. I've got BLS. He's got no cards in hand, no cards on field, no shot. Top deck's Lawn Chair. That's the classic Infernity experience. It's always Lawn Chair, it's always Archfiend. Everyone here is talking about how they lost to Magic Cylinder, so I'll one-up it. Turn 3, no cards on my opponent's field. I'm at 4,000 with Pep and Amazing Dragon. I swing with Pep for 7,500, and my opponent reveals this. It's the fucking Magic Cylinder monster. I face Pack in round 11 of Nats, Flu v Pearly, going first game 3. He drolls me after Prosperity. I can play through it, map, Toucan. I end on map, Dreaming Town, Featherstorm with Toucan on board and Rabina in hand. No way I should lose here. Lightning Storms, forcing the Featherstorm in Dreaming Town. Imperms Rabina, uses Quick Play to summon Pearly, then Talents to steal Rabina. Makes a rank 1, goes into Zeus, finishes my board. I draw dead, he wins off the Zeus. Craziest game of my life. Pack just like has that ability though. I understand why his merch says what it does. He literally sees the lines. I was playing Cardians versus Ancient Warrior, of all things. My opponent was on Death's Door to Light Shower activation. I had 2 on board. My opponent stole a Light Shower and used its effect to skip their own draw phase so as not to take the burn from the other. That is a genius level move. You got Yami'd. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes they pass on nothing with no interruptions going first into game 3 and you forget that it's actually turn 2 and you don't attack after comboing, you pass back and then time gets called. That's the classic. If you pass fast enough, they forget that it's not turn 1. Casual locals, I had Last Warrior summoned from Waking the Dragon. My opponent with no cards in the field, 1 card in hand, top deck Change of Heart, then Tribute set a Hieratic and performed a full combo from the graveyard. Against Paulo PRRJ in a Brazilian regional back when Sky Striker were becoming the best deck, I didn't know the Hornet token was a warrior. So I didn't activate Rivalry against a Bricky Skyhand and got destroyed by every Sky Striker girl. If only I had it in my hands. In your defense, this should probably be a machine. I was playing Goat, BLS on the field, nothing else with exactly 3,000 life points left. Top decking war with the opponent. I attack, I take him down to 1,000. They have no cards in hand. They top deck Pot of Greed. The 2 cards they draw off pot. Meta Sinister Serpent. Sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it'd be like that. I'm playing a limited Chaos draft with a friend group. I have Lethal on board. The last monster they have is a face-down Mother Grizzly. They use it to summon a tier name and then go into fucking Kaleido. You're down to 1 remaining monster. Oh. Oh darn. Back in '08, I played against another kid at Locals who was on pure D-Hero while I played Lightsworn. I milled all my back row removal, and he activated Clock Tower Prison using Waboku to get to 4. I lost via deck out. Oh, I actually just thought of another one of mine. At a WCQ, I was playing against Sky Striker, and I had it in simplified board state. My opponent goes draw for turn, upstart. I have an Ash in hand, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to Ash the upstart. Keep in mind, this was the only card at his disposal. Draws, it's Ray. That actually won the game for him. Picked up Infernoble recently, fun to solitaire. I drew Connector, Fireflint Lady. I'm popping off no matter what. My opponent's on Pearly. They have nothing. For me, based on Dolphin knowledge, I have 2 Charles, Gearfried, Baron. What do they top? You know it. That is just the Infernoble experience. Sometimes they top deck Dark Ruler. I was playing a match with a friend of mine playing Shadow. He was on Destiny Hero. Super polyed the whole field away. I had game on board. I only had 700 life points left. I attack for game, and then he drops this. This happened frequently. When Dynatag was playable in the deck because the best thing we could do going first was like Dystopia, you would often find yourself in this position. I've lost like 9 separate games because I would set up an OTK going second, then remember that I had used evenly matched and I'm currently in main phase 2. That happens all the time. Game 3 of a semifinal in a public event playoff for a prize card. Build my board, draw standby main end of battle, get triple even lead. He's got 2 cards because he ashed me. Hopefully did not see what he needs. Moye Reveal Longwan. It's always Moye Reveal Longwan, baby. I was once 3-0 with my Virtual World Punk deck. Going into finals, I had the easiest 2-0 loss of my life by a Dino player who didn't have a mat, didn't know what they were doing, and won because they sided in D-Barrier Game 2 going second, which ended up winning him the game. Sometimes that's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby. The kid on the McDonald's pan playing an unsleeved banded deck ends up taking it. Game 3 against Branded, I had activated D-Barrier and completely shut down their turn. Used Welcome to summon Lovely for game, but couldn't find it. Checking everywhere until I found it with my side deck, along with my 2 other ladies and other main deck cards, making a 25-card side. Sometimes you just look over at your extra deck and you see like a card sandwiched in the middle there, and you go, I'll never forget my winning in during toss format for an invite at the Philly Regional. My opponent was on like a pendulum deck, and we played like a 40-minute game 1 almost. Game 2, we're going into time. We shuffle up. My opponent gets about halfway through his first turn and thumbs out his extra and realizes there is a Nightmare Orchest in there. He goes, son of a bitch. Calls a judge and gives himself the loss. Rough. These were good. I'm glad to hear that we all have very similar experiences playing this game. Just losing constantly to our own inadequacies, our own lack of intelligence, and a bunch of cards that we don't account for. Anyway, wish me luck at the YCS. Yeah, I just remembered another one of mine. In the finals of an Edison flight, at the first event where they were doing Edison, I had my opponent under Drill Warrior, and I was just out resourcing him. I was winning the game, and then I go, well, hell, why don't I put a button on this? I tribute summon over an extraneous monster, a Vanity's Fiend, and I'm like, now I've really got him. And then on my turn, I go, and I'll bring back Drill Warrior, and he goes, no, you won't.